the edge of our hope. At the end of our time, we have chosen to believe in each other. Today we face the monsters that are at our door. Today we are canceling the apocalypse.
Hi, welcome to Shortlist.com.
Nice to meet you.
So it's seen as quite difficult to actually get a blockbuster greenlit that's not a sequel, a remake, or based on the comic book. How difficult did you find it to get people behind the film?
Well, the fortunate thing about this is Legendary Pictures, which was the original studio on the beginning, they wanted to push the movie. They believed in the property. They had an 8-page treatment by Travis Beacham, and then they partnered with Warner Brothers, and together they believed in this movie. They believed in this concept, and they believed that I could create something spectacular and big and beautiful without having to be based on a franchise. Then they also gave me the license to cast the actors I wanted. So creatively, the movie was a great experience, and I think the world and the spectacle in the movie speak for themselves.
It's such a big budget for you to have to deal with. You've had big budget before, but this is kind of the biggest you've ever had. Was it quite daunting for you? Was it a lot of pressure? Did you feel ever at all?
You know, I'm pretty good at managing budgets. I'm always, I actually have produced more movies than I have directed. So I'm very nimble in the way of the fiscal and the logistics and all that. We actually delivered the movie under budget. I gave Warner's and Legendary change. So they were very happy, but part is not just the reason to be responsible and all that, is because that's the best way to know that they won't get worried creatively. If you're delivering good material and you're on budget and on time, you're a good guy. They leave you alone creatively. If you start falling behind and all that, they'll go, what can we cut? What can we take out? And then things can get complicated.
What are your thoughts on Atlantic Rim, this sort of cheap knockoff that's doing the rounds at the moment?
Yeah, I met the guys that did it, the young kids that did it, that work for this company. They were very nice. I haven't seen the movie, evidently.
So the film's got quite a lot of British actors in. Your next film, Crimson Peak, is going to be set in the north of England, I understand.
Cumbria, yeah.
Are you quite an Anglophile then, do you think?
I was born and raised into a moment in time when Hammer Films and Japanese horror and all these things were confluence. There was a confluence of fantastic stuff, and Hammer was very important for me. And then in literature, I was raised with great UK writers like M.R. James, who's one of the fathers of the ghost story, or people like Joseph Sheridan Le Fanu, or many of the writers of classic Victorian ghost stories. And it's the country with the most ghosts in fiction. It's very much steeped into tradition for me to try to do that.
I'm sure you've seen that Kanye West tweeted about Pacific Rim yesterday to say it was one of his favourite films ever, and yet you're a master. Such an amazing compliment from him. He rarely tweets. It's kind of came from left field. Do you know him at all? Were you surprised by it, or?
We haven't met. I mean, we have friends in common. I admire his stuff, but I was very flattered by it.
So Pacific Rim 2, I imagine, if the film does well, Warners are going to be keen to push forward. What are your thoughts on the sequel already? Have you had any ideas of what might happen?
Yeah, we would. Well, there would be a Mexican Jaeger. That much I know. And there is this idea that is in the first movie that we're writing into the second one. That is the seed for the second movie, which is Newt drifted with a kaiju brain. So when you drift with one kaiju, you drift with all the kaijus. It's a collective, sort of a green brain. They all have a hive mentality. So that's the seed where we said that we had an idea, and Travis and I are co-writing the script right now.
How do you expect audiences to take the film? Because it's such a kind of crazy concept, and I think it's quite hard to explain to people sometimes who are used to sequels and remakes. Are you nervous about audiences' reaction, or are you quite confident they're gonna get it?
I think once the audiences get into the theater, the movie is a complete ride. How you get them into the theater, that's not my job. I mean, I can't do anything short of hawking it at the entrance of the cinema. The rest, once they are in my hands, once they come into the theater, it's my job to make them buy the world, believe the world, and enjoy the world. And I put all my craft and all my care into doing that.
Pacific Rim.